Hi guys, John here, Common Sense Outdoors. So, some of you probably already know about my survival fishing kits that I've been selling, making and selling for people, well, for a year or so. Wanted to update or upgrade these kits for a couple of reasons. The first one being, there's a few things I wanted to add to the kits. And the second one being, I personally tie the 3 flies that I've been putting in these kits. They average, the 3 flies I was putting in the kits average 8 minutes a piece. I've made to date 351 of these, which, what's that, 1,053 flies that I've tied just for these kits. I've almost stopped making the kits several times, and it seems like every time I'm about ready to quit making them, somebody tells me a story about how they heard about them or something, and it talks me into making them for a while longer yet. But at any rate, I think I can make the kit better and change the flies to where I can cut that time in half. It was a 33 piece kit that I was making. It's now going to be a 38 piece kit. I have this one is packed. Got a Ranger band around the outside of it, and I've got everything packed in there. This is the Altoids mini tin. I put this on a scale in the house and it packed full complete. It was 1.5 ounces. I can't remember the measurements, but my listings will show pictures with these next to a tape measure on the measurements. You can fit it just about anywhere. So at any rate, I have one of them laid out here, all the contents laid out here, so I'm going to get behind the camera, tip it down, and show you what I've changed, what I've added, and what the kit looks like now. Okay, so if you knew what they were before, it's actually, I'm just going to run through what it is. We've got the Altoids tin, Altoids mini tin, which, you know, that could be purifying very small amounts of water to using that tin to make your charred material for your next fire. I imagine it could be polished well enough to use as a signaling device. Next we have a cork bobber, just a cork. It's got a hole drilled through it and a piece of a toothpick to put on your line as a bobber. We've got 2 red treble hooks. I want to say those were size 12 or 14. I don't know. It'll have it in my listing if you're interested. Next we have 2 size 8 bait holder hooks, 2 red size 6 hooks, 2 size 12 bait holder hooks. The next thing is something that I've changed. The bee fly is exactly the same as it was because I can tie that one fairly quickly. The beetle fly, I'm going to start leaving out off the rubber legs. I was putting rubber legs, 6 rubber legs on them. It just makes it take twice as long to tie with the rubber legs. And to catch small fish for a survival situation, you really don't need the rubber legs to trick small fish. And the last one I was doing an elk hair caddis, and I'm going to change it to a poly caddis. My camera's not going to focus on that very well, but it's a white poly yarn with a tan body. And again, I can tie this one in less than half the time of a elk hair caddis. Then we have our 5 pieces which can make a fishing rod and reel. These two screw into the base of your fishing pole just like they are opposite each other to make something to wrap your line around. You space them out 3 or 4 inches, wrap your line around those, use it as a reel. Then these would be the eyelets on your rod. We have a size 2 safety pin, a needle, 6 size BB split shot, 3 swivels with clips. Just real quick, this is a great thing to have to transition from one line to another. The fishing line, your main line is 20-pound braided fishing line, and then and that's 20 feet of that, and then 10 feet of 6-pound monofilament. So if you have the braided line as your main line tied to a swivel, and then from the swivel to the hook you use the monofilament line, which is 6-pound. If you do get hung up and break off or something, you're not losing your main line. It'll break up the weaker line. Plus you're going to catch a lot more small fish with 6-pound mono than you will 20-pound braided. And those are wrapped around a 1 inch by 1.5 inch piece of cardboard, which would aid in fire. We have a number 10 surgical blade, 12 inches of jute twine for helping to make fire. I don't know if I said the Ranger band that goes around the outside and makes sure it stays closed. I have a pinch of quadruple aught steel wool. I've recently done videos showing a couple ways to make fire with that, and you can also catch spark from your ferro rod onto that to help with your fire. Next thing is 1.5 inch long piece of ferro rod, 5/16 in diameter, which is half of a full rod. And then about, I don't know, 1 3/4 inch piece of sawzall blade. I've rounded the edges off, put a good square edge on the back. This is one of the best ferro rod strikers you can get. Okay, I think that covered everything. Just real quick, I'll show you how it's packed in there. Couple of things about how it's packed in there. Again, your fishing line's wrapped around the cardboard. The needle is stuck through the inside of the cardboard. Safety pin is down into the cardboard. You got your steel wool, jute twine, surgical blade. That's all just kind of in there. The cork bobber, it's got the treble hook in each end and the 3 flies in it. Then the rest of your hooks are in a piece of tape. Again, the tape has uses also, from a band-aid to putting a handle on your surgical blade. This has got the sinkers and swivels. It's all in there, all fits in there pretty nice and tight. In fact, there's no rattle, no nothing on that at all, which is another important aspect of it for my opinion, because if I'm in the woods I don't want anything in my pockets or anything rattling. I like seeing game and stuff too much to I'll put that back together later. Slide you back over here. So if you're interested in one of these kits, you know, with the addition of the surgical blade and the ferro rod, and going from a 33-piece kit to a 38-piece kit, the price will change just a hair, but not by much. And I will have them listed on eBay starting tonight. It will be listed under a 38-piece survival fishing kit. My username for eBay is tagged underscore out underscore taxidermy. I'll put this information in the description box, and the picture that will go with the listing, the thumbnail picture I guess you would call it, will look exactly like what you're looking at right now. As soon as I turn this video off, I'm going to leave the camera sitting where it is and take this picture. I might move just a couple things to make it to where you can see them better, but it'll look pretty much just like that. Alright guys, hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.